2 days to go before the end of the mandatory work-from-home orders for the public sector, and unions are this evening stepping up the pressure on the government to reconsider the move. With renewed fears about a fourth COVID-19 wave, trade unionists say getting workers back into offices should not be the priority at this time. Vashon Brown spoke with union leaders today.
It's 2 days before the start of a new year. It's also 2 days before the end of the mandatory work-from-home order for public sector workers. But with the highly transmissible Omicron variant now in the country, health experts are already saying that signs of the fourth wave are emerging. It's why President of the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, Helene Davis-White, is again calling for the government to reconsider the lifting of the work-from-home orders for the public sector.
To my mind, the government should in fact be encouraging private sector companies to ensure that as far as is possible, work from home arrangements should be in place in the private sector as well. I believe that everything should be done to limit interaction with persons at the workplace, especially in workplaces where it is well nigh impossible for social distancing to be implemented.
General Secretary of the Union of Technical, Administrative and Supervisory Personnel, St. Patrice Ennis, said he has heard the arguments from business leaders about productivity.
We have not, in many workspaces, adjusted and adapted to the work from home policy. We have not seen any data here in Jamaica, and perhaps we have not done the study, to indicate that productivity is affected by working from home. On the contrary, when we look at many of the data coming from overseas, we see the opposite. And so what we may be having here is that we have not made the adjustment in terms of how we manage workers and how we measure productivity.
In the meantime, the Medical Association of Jamaica and other health experts have called for the cancellation of the 1 a.m. New Year's Eve curfew as the cases begin to rise. Mrs. Davis-White says she agrees.
I think the easier thing to do is to roll back that 1 a.m. curfew as well, so that at least Jamaicans have an understanding that our government or public officials are concerned about the effects of the fourth wave. We think the government is actually sending mixed signals to our population because on the one hand we hear of the seriousness of Omicron, the fact that we are on the cusp of a fourth wave, and at the same time we seem to be loosening up rather than tightening up.
For Mr. Ennis, changes to the New Year's Eve curfew would require some discussions with key stakeholders.
It is not only a medical decision. People are engaged in myriad economic activity, particularly at this time of the year. And so it needs a more broad-based discussion in terms of what particularly should happen.
Vashon Brown, TVJ News.